Let's learn more about quadrilaterals. Quadrilateral, 4 sides and 4 angles. 1, 2, 3, and quadrilateral has 4 sides and 4 angles. So this here is an example of a quadrilateral. 1 side, 2 sides, 3 sides, and 4 sides. That here is a quadrilateral. 4 sides, and as you can see, 1, 2, 3, and 4 angles. Must be a closed plane figure. Some quadrilaterals have a special name, so this figure right here you recognize as a rectangle. Here's another quadrilateral, and this one in particular is called a square. And so with the square, these things need to hold true. One of the things that needs to hold true is that the 4 sides, 1, 2, 3, and 4, must be the same length. So for instance, in the figure, if this was 5 inches, all the other one must also be 5 inches. There also has to be 4 right angles. 4 right angles. 1, 2, 3, and 4 right angles. And that'd be for a square. This here is a quadrilateral called a parallelogram. We have opposite sides, which are not only parallel, but they are also the same length. So that distance right there should be the same as that distance right there. And this side, which is opposite this side, not only are they parallel, but they also have the same length. Parallelogram. This here is a rhombus. All 4 sides of a rhombus must be the same length. The opposite sides must also be parallel to each other. The difference between this and a square is that in a square we have 4 right angles. A rhombus is also a parallelogram, as we do have 2 sets of parallel sides. With the trapezoid, there is 1 pair of parallel sides. So this is a pair. Those 2 sides are parallel. The other 2 sides cannot be parallel. That would be a trapezoid. Here's another example of a trapezoid. One pair of parallel sides. The pair can also go in another direction, just as long as it's a pair still. That there is a parallel, 1 set of parallel sides, so it's a trapezoid as well. It's a trapezoid. 1 pair of parallel sides. Alright, the instructions here say give all names that apply for each quadrilateral. First off, one of the names that applies for this one starts with an R. It is a rectangle, right? Probably said rectangle. Now, we also have 2 sets of parallel sides. 1 set, 2 sets. So what's the name that applies there then? It's a parallelogram. One way you might remember parallelogram is the L's there. Those are parallel. 1 set, 2 sets. This quadrilateral is not a square though. For a square, all sides would have to be of equal length. So we can call this a rectangle, parallelogram, and of course it is a quadrilateral as well. Alright, you're going to give all names that apply for this quadrilateral as well. This is a rhombus. We have each of these sides which is the same length, so we'll indicate that right there on the figure. We also have 2 sets of parallel sides, so this would be a parallelogram. And of course this is a quadrilateral as well. Reason why it's not a square, we would have to have 4 right angles for a square. And I don't think there are any other names that apply for this quadrilateral. Okay, give all names that apply for this quadrilateral. And then so 4 right angles, 4 equal sides. So this is a square. 2 sets of parallel sides. 1 set, 2 sets. So this is a what? Parallelogram. Is this a rectangle? By definition, a rectangle has opposite sides that are the same length. One side, opposite same length, and parallel. So answer to that is yes, it is also a rectangle. Is it a rhombus? Is it a rhombus? And then so the definition of rhombus states that 4 sides are the same length. Are the 4 sides the same length? Yeah. Are the opposite sides still parallel? Yes, so a square is a rhombus. A rhombus is not necessarily a square, but a square is a rhombus. So this quadrilateral can be named 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different ways. So now you know all about quadrilaterals and those special types of quadrilaterals.